Hello, everybody, and hello, Korik. Welcome to the Ben Gets Stuff Done stream, where Ben sits down and gets stuff done. It's very exciting, and I have a ton of stuff to do, just in general, not necessarily today, but as tradition dictates, let's make that title card real quick. Also, I already said hi, Korik, but hi again. It's good to see you again. It's been a while. So yeah. It's I wasn't able to do this stream last week because I was busy making my game. And my game was a lot of fun, but it took up all of my weekend, and by the time the weekend was over, I had no brain left to work on anything else. So I kind of gave in and shirked the stream, which is too bad because I really do like doing these streams, but I also need to have some level of yeah, direct. The title was a mistake again. I'm really bad at updating it. At least I realized my mistake before somebody else pointed it out. So I guess that's a slight improvement over prior experiences. Okay, so now that we have the title card, we can be like, hey all, I already made a title card. Come hang out and we'll make more stuff. See, the whole point of me doing this is that big old image that's big and pretty. That'll get people's attention, and then they'll be like, oh, what's the link up here? And yeah. So I really should be like hashtag Twitch or something on there as well, but I'm not. I have a feeling that most of the stream this week is going to be let's get a good song on here. Let's get a good song on here. Meh. Sure, why not? There we go. And I'm still louder than that. Okay. We're all good. So what was I talking about? I feel like there's a lot of things to do, but most of them are related to music because I have a ton of projects I need to finish. I recently did an interview with Shaka Panda, who's a super cool guy. This took 6 hours to render because it's like an hour long. And of course, there's like motion in the background to keep it relatively interesting. I might also export this to like SoundCloud, like a WAV file or something, because yeah. Okay. I think we're all set up over there. I don't have to look at my browser for a while. Also, hi you guys. How are you doing today? Direct and Korik. I hope you're doing well. So this is actually done, but I want to go over here and I want to create another video loop that happens in the bottom here. So yeah, Korik, my interview with Alyssa Menace and my interview with Shaka Panda, I'll probably turn them into audio files and dump them somewhere, either on SoundCloud or just on my personal server, and make them more podcast style as well, because they're so long. Like, the creative exploration generally is it's shorter. Like, they're like 4 or 5 minute videos, and I think that having the video there it is, desktop video overlay. I don't know why my brain isn't working today. Okay, so I have all these, so I want to create another one. Oh, well, open this one then. Oh, you piece of junk. I need to move away from using HitFilm because it's a pile of poop and I don't like it. Okay, so this is the Hey Levy D Audio. How's it going? So this is what we have so far. This is what's down at the bottom of the screen, which I actually really like. It's very pretty. It's simple. It's pretty cool. So let's make another one just so we have some variety. And actually, I have a feeling that this one we don't even use anymore. Let me see if I can find the social media. Desktop scene peer. Yeah, we're using version 2. So the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to actually cut this out real quick. It's going to look kind of junky for a second, but I'm going to rename this because this has been vetted and I approve of it. So let's use it properly. Bam, there we go. Just had to rename it. That's cool. I like being background noise. Okay, so oops. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of the other videos that I recorded. So this was the first video I made, and that one's nice. This one is what I used for my Be Right Back scene, so that one's good. What's this one? So this is like rain, and this is something that I might want to use if it's raining out or something, just for fun. Although it is like dirty, muddy water, so I might try to find a better video at some point. But that was a fun one to record. The one I want to edit this time is this guy right here, which is super cool. I like this one a lot. So I'm going to dump it in here. And this one's a lot shorter than the other video. But we'll make it work. Direct, I woke up about an hour ago. So I'm probably still waking up, and I've been suffering from some allergies, so I have a scratchy throat and all that garbage. So that's probably a contributing factor as well. Also, I have the windows open. I mean, you can see the thing whipping around in the background, but if you're getting wind noise on the microphone, please let me know. I'll work on rectifying that. So with this, I want to flip it horizontally. Transform. Actually, this might work well like this too. I'm not sure if the low frame rate is because of it running multiple videos at once or if it's something else. Okay. That's a nice one. Okay, so what I have to do now is I have to make it loop seamlessly, which is easy, and this is what we did in the other one. We just take a section and chop it. So now we know that this gap right here is a seamless loop. So all we have to do is make that gap the front and end of the image or of the video, and now we know that the front and end is a seamless loop, but we have this gap now, which we'll play in a second. So now we have this gap that we need to deal with. Well, and me rattling the... So I'll just go like that. Thank you, Direct. Korik, what do you mean? How did you even set that up? Is that regarding the rain one? Sorry, I missed that one earlier. So we have a little bit of a gap here. So really, all we need to do is we need to do a bit of a crossfade, and that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna cut these down a little bit more, and then effects, video, dissolve, cross dissolve, plow. It's not perfect, but since the foreground doesn't change, it should work all right. And then I just need to make sure that this, because I have two different videos here, and I want to make sure the working area is what I'm rendering this time. So that should be all I need to do. Now my only worry with this one. Oh yeah, I'm gonna use this for the video or for the stream. My only worry with this one is there is a lot of motion, and one thing I like about the video down here is that there isn't a lot of motion, but there is there's movement, but it's not like in your face movement. So this one might not work in the long run, but I still want to try it. So let's give it an export. Yeah. So what did I call the other one? OBS desktop view rocks. Ugh. Yeah, I think I'm getting hit with allergies or something. Because my throat's all scratchy. Another thing I should do is I should add all those new 2-hour tracks that I've made over the last month or so. Because those were pretty good this last month. So while that's going, I'll do that. Boop. Media, music, MP3s, abstraction, 2-hour track challenge. Which ones have I added and which ones haven't? Have I added any of them? I could have sworn that I did. Yeah, here they are. Torpor, Surreal Daydream was the last one I added? That doesn't make sense. Oh, Nap Time, Clanks in the Carnival, Aerial Pursuit, Non-Standard Deviation. Okay, so yeah, it's just these tracks. Save. Because I want to listen to the song I made on Wednesday. Because the best song ever. We'll just jam out to this while it's rendering. it again. That sounds like fun. Should have thought of that beforehand. I like that song. That was a fun one. Oh. Okay, bring that volume back down. The number of your birthday. So that would be B28. You should know the first letter of my name because, you know, you called me by my name. But yes, my birthday is April 28th, which I guess, whatever. I think that's the same birthday as Jay Leno and like Stalin, but Jessica Alba, Penelope Cruz. I don't know any of these people. I'm old. Oh, George Garcia. He was the guy on Lost. He was Hurley. Anyway. Kingdom Defeater. Yeah, I'm alright with that. That sounds about right. Okay, so now that we have the file, and we actually exported it correctly... that's the wrong one. Ta-da! So we're going to bring that up into here just for organizational sake. And then we can go in here and change this. And then just... That's kind of cool. What do you guys think of that? Is that too much motion? Sorry for the hollow mirrors here, but... My only worry is that that's too much motion. Yeah, I don't know. I like it, but I also think that it's a lot of movement. The other thing is, thinking about it from a technical standpoint, is that there is a lot of motion down here, and my bitrate is only so high. So any kind of motion is going to degrade the quality of whatever's happening on the desktop at the time. So I'll leave it up for a bit and see if it's distracting. If it is distracting, please let me know, and I'll switch it back to the other one, because I really do like the Pier one. Night Abolisher. I like that. And I thought I had a list, like a to-do list of things that I needed to do on stream today. And to be honest, most of it is music stuff, so I know what I have to do. I just thought that I had an actual list instead of just one in my head. Because actual lists are way better. Oh well. So I have a big project that I need to work on. And that project is an album that I am currently calling Creationism. And what I want to do with this album is focus on creativity, where creationism is like a double entendre or whatever, where yeah, it's usually talking about something else, but an ism, or like, oh, hi girl, it's an ism for me, where the creation and making things is actually kind of my the way I run my life, because I revolve around creating things usually. So creationism is important to me because I like creating things. I like helping other people create things, and that whole cycle. And it's just a lifestyle for me, basically. So it's important for me. And above and beyond that, a lot of, or all of the songs in here are going to feature audio snippets from the podcast Composer Quest. So I have all of these little audio snippets that I want to use. And I've used some of them already, and some of them I haven't. So,
and I think most people are creative in one way or the other.
So
a lot of people feel like they have a book in them, or they have a song in them, or they have a TV show idea. And you can sit around and talk about that all you want. But until it is actually reality, it doesn't count. I mean, when I was younger, I don't know how many songs I half wrote, or 3/4 wrote, or 90% wrote, but never quite finished, and never finished recording, or never even started recording, and no one knows that those songs existed. So it kind of doesn't count until you finish it and then put it out into the world. Now, I'm not saying put crap out into the world, but there comes a time when... I've actually finished this
song already.
Finishing and moving on, I think
I want to listen to all of them.
It's vital, because otherwise then you're just holding on to all of these old works. And I think if you want to grow as a musician, as a composer, as any sort of creative person, you need to finish things. That cliche of art is not finished, it's abandoned. It's so true, because you can always look at something, and every song I've ever put out, it's like, boy, I wish I sang that second verse better, or boy, I wish that guitar take was a little better, or boy, I wish the lyrics were better in the bridge, or whatever the case may be. Yes, it can always be better. But you have to finish and you have to put it out, because otherwise you're just the guy talking about your art and you're not the guy doing it. You get better by doing it, finishing it, learning from that process, then moving on to the next thing.
Yep. So that song is basically done. That one's called Follow Through, it's very, very important. I made that song a long time ago.
Do you have any advice for someone who's like on the verge of being comfortable with performing their stuff for the first time, or recording their songs they're coming up with?
Yeah, no one's ever asked me, but I had kind of a revelation a little bit ago that, if I'm going to be singing out for people and making records and committing to do this, this is going to be our third record now, and that's kind of silly that this is a revelation to me, but to just sing and play with conviction. If you believe in what you're performing and you care about it, then chances are your audience will care about it too. I guess I had too many experiences where I'd play a show and then I wasn't happy with it because I didn't give all that I had. And, that's kind of a no-brainer thing for people who play up-tempo rock or, whatever. If you don't bring it, people are going to be bored. But for the music we play, I was sometimes content to just kind of lay back, and I really have gone away from that now. And when I play a show, I want to just lay everything that I have out on the table. And if you like it, that's awesome. If you don't, that's fine too. But at least I didn't leave anything hidden, I guess. So sing and play with conviction is definitely my motto of the last 6 months.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that one hasn't been made yet. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right now is I'm trying to organize all of these clips, because what are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13 clips. So basically this album is going to be 13 tracks long. And each track focusing on one of these.
Don't be afraid to borrow chord progressions, sounds, little ditties, tiny things. Just snatch them all up. And that's one of the reasons why I can churn stuff out, is because I don't have a problem with reusing or borrowing something that I heard. A lot of people do. And I used to, because I thought it was not original, not creative. But I quickly found out that I am not original or creative. I can't make up a new thing. And I very much doubt, anyways, that any of the people that I listen to were the first ones to think of a particular progression. And so once you get over that, sounding good is easy, because you can just borrow. This is what Jackson Browne did in a song. Basically, let's just copy it and just do a little changey thing and pretend, like it's yours. No one will know. No one knows. No one listens to Jackson Browne
That's so
anymore.
true.
The new generation now can steal everything from the older generation and pretend like it's theirs.
Ooh, it's kind of controversial.
Is it?
Well,
I don't know why they would mind.
Obviously, chords and melodies, there's only so many different things you can do.
Yeah, you don't want to push it.
But
You don't want to push it. Don't be blatant about it. Be subtle, like a sneaky thief in the night. And also be respectful, like leave them like a little note saying thank you very much for what you've done. But really,
These are all really long. I thought
if
they
you
were
listen
short.
enough, you start to pick up on the enormous amount of repetitive, the same chord progression over and over and over again within the same artist all the time. All the darn time. Jackson Browne especially is very fond of this thing where he does a thing and he does it all the time. And it's a little annoying, but it's not because he masks it. It's
Should I call
easy
this Hev?
to churn out a lot of songs if you have a lot of different chord progressions in your mind and you know that, what, if I do this and I do this, it'll sound new enough.
I'll call it Have Conviction for now. And this one,
It has a lot of space. You have to really trust yourself, I think, to give something space, to not fill it up with something clever or technical or, impressive in some way and just be like, here I am, here's my feeling, here's my heart.
yeah. So this is the one that's actually in the background right here. This is the one I've been working on, which I really like.
It's nice, it has a lot of space.
It's still really quiet though.
You have to really trust yourself, I think, to give something space. To not fill it up with something clever or technical or, impressive in some way. And just be like, here I am, here's my feeling. Here's my feeling, here's my heart.
So yeah, this one I really, really like. It's very simple, but hey, it's B-Boy. I am going through and basically doing some administrative stuff and just trying to figure out how I'm going to do my new project, or a project that I've been working on for a while. I also created a new background loop for the bottom. I don't know if I like it because it's kind of busy when it comes to motion, but right now I'm trying to get the volume on this piano right. I feel like it needs a little bit of a boost, a little bit of compression, but I also don't
You have
want
to
to
really
make it
trust yourself, I think,
boomy.
to give something space.
And I think I nailed it. I think it's working better now.
to not fill it up with something clever or technical or, you know, impressive in some way.
Thank you. Levy, you're living in the future.
And just be like, here I am, here's my feeling. Here's my feeling, here's my heart.
That last chord, though. Okay, so this one's basically done. I have a lot of iterations for this song. I don't know why I put them all on the same... This is like... It's kind of the same rhythm, but...
It has a lot of space. You have to really trust yourself, I think, to give something space.
The funny thing is that this doesn't have a lot of space to it compared to the end.
To not fill it up with something clever or technical or, you know, impressive in some way. And just be like, here I am, here's my feeling, here's my heart.
Yeah, it's like this version is so crappy compared to the other one. And this is like another iteration of it. It's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, I really like how this came out. This one is the vocalist for this it's actually an excerpt from not YouTube, the podcast series Composer Quest. This is Jenny Katz. If you wanted to listen to the whole episode, it's episode 034. I highly recommend if you write music in any capacity, I highly recommend listening to Composer Quest. And I will Composer Quest is a podcast series that's at about 154 episodes or 150 episodes. They're all really good. And I was actually interviewed on one of them, but where the hell was it now? Yeah, I was episode 107. Chiptune Composing with Ben Burns. Charlie McCarran is the guy who runs it, who recorded all of those, and he's a super cool guy. And yeah, I highly recommend listening to those. It goes all gamuts of the creative process when it comes to writing music. It goes from people who do soundtracks, people who do independent stuff. Yeah. Okay, so this one is Appreciate Space. I can have you guys listen to this too, an exclusive preview. So Abstraction. Okay, because I think this one's done. But what I was doing is I'm going through all of these, and I'm trying to at least list all of the tracks and try to get things taken care of. So this one is done. Follow through is done. Appreciate Space is basically done. I don't think I'm going to have anything else to do with it. And let's listen to the next one.
Don't put these sorts of comparisons, just like how body image in society is very unhealthy, having these expectations of thinking a supermodel that is photoshopped is so devastating to a lot of women especially. And so in creating, even with limited resources,
I might cut that first.
I love being resourceful, but at the same time realize there's a lot of false imagery out there. I get disturbed when I see these press reviews. You may have seen a lot of them that refer to so and so upcoming producer is hitting the charts or is on the scene. They're written all the same way, and I see the same thing for these music sample packs. They're saying like, these are the drums you need for your chart hits, yo, and things like this. And being consumer is not problematic in itself, but falling into these traps of something that is not you. If I had to say one more thing on the subject, looking at growth, to realize to not be boxed into a scene, to realize that who you are and what you may succeed at, what people may love most about you, may be very, very different than how you see yourself. You may see yourself making music in a given genre, but then you have an accidental hit on YouTube. That's unlike anything you've done before. I've seen this before with some of my friends. They step out there,
Torley
and then
awesome.
they're like, wow,
he's really cool.
I didn't know that. And then they'll
really
shift
cool
towards
guy.
that focus, which of course it's problematic because it creates more pressure to create more things like that, right? When it's an accident.
It is a Trello table I'm using. Yes, I have all my juicy bits cropped out. Torley is awesome. He has. I don't know if he's very active on YouTube anymore, but he had a lot of ideas. Oh, Pattison was on too.
In a writer, I'm looking for somebody who brings everything to the table. Who brings art.
So it's like the one reason why I love Composer Quest is because he brought all of these fairly big names in there, and like Pat Pattison is a huge songwriter. He teaches now, I think, songwriting.
In a writer, I'm looking for somebody who brings everything to the table, who brings art, who brings their vision, and particularly who bring their brain to the table so that they're aware of what they're doing and they're making conscious choices. I don't have a lot of patience for people who feel like they're downloading from the cosmos. Just like, that's how it came out. Okay, great. Now let's make it better. But, just writing from a place of understanding rather than from a place of fear, where you're just grateful for any idea that comes along and you don't want to change it because you don't know how. And, it's not about the ideas, it's about how you support the ideas.
Yeah. Understand your ideas. I'm just writing down basic ideas or basic ways that I can like name these tracks.
You can't really identify with somebody who's being, veiled and false, because you have to guess too much about, like, what do they mean by that? Oh, I don't know. It's just a good beat. Let's just go with that. But when you're talking about words and lyrics, it's all about being completely honest. So being self-conscious is the thing that is going to limit you in that. I understand it, though, because we have relationships and we have families and we have people that some of these words might hurt, and that is intimidating. And I'm not saying, go ahead and hurt everybody's feelings. There's a balance, I think, that you have to learn. But as an artist, what you really need to get to is towards the authentic.
Yeah.
So I like to express myself in music because it's so strange to so many people at the same time being so commonplace. Like, it's amazing that you can't like physically see music and that it's just in the air. And I love that. And I also like not everybody reads, and not everybody, I guess there are a lot of people into film, and not everybody appreciates
2.5
visual
minutes,
art,
that's a long
but
one.
music is so widely appreciated that I love there's always something for you to discover, and there's always somebody who would appreciate what you come up with. Like, seriously, no matter how bad your song is, there's going to be somebody. You might never find this person, but there is somebody out there that will love your music. And then the other question was what again?
What is the purpose of music, if any? I hope there's a purpose.
Yeah, well, I guess it depends what mood I'm in. Sometimes I'm in a very, everything's serendipitous and there's fate and whatnot. And
I don't really know what I was going for
think the
extracting
world
this
is pretty
one.
random and that nothing has meaning. But I think right now, if you were to ask me that question, I would say that the point of music is to capture a feeling and put it out there. Well, it's different for everybody, obviously. The point of, I don't know if there's like some cosmic reason music exists, I think it might just be like a fluke, like how life exists, you know. So I guess for just music in general, which is a pretty broad definition, the point of it is it's a way for people to connect, I think, and for people to feel something in a world that's very like, this is the answer. Like we treat a lot of things like math problems, you know, like there's one right answer and this is what you have to do in life and this is the way it goes. But I really like the idea of people being able to feel something together in a group as listeners or as writers or as a combo of that, and just have this thing that they can't really explain that just kind of brings everything together.
I don't know how to stop. There we go. I don't know how to name that one. There's a lot of concepts going on there. Various. I'll have to go back to that one. And then this one is one that I'm working on already.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right. You know, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good and you leave it in, you know, you want those. It's not about getting all the errors out. It's about getting it to feel right.
Yep.
What is your own purpose in writing music?
That's a really good question.
4 minutes long? What
She
the
asked
hell?
me that too, and it took me.
I'm just gonna. That's too long. I'm not here to like completely. Yeah, so I don't want to have conviction and having purpose. So maybe this is create conviction because it's talking about putting yourself out there. So, and obviously I can always go through these again and.
I think it's funny that we can call it music and everybody understands what we're saying, but it's not music. It's an apparently ordered series of notes. The brain is always looking for patterns. The brain is a categorizing organ. And so everything we see, we have to have an explanation for it. If we didn't have an explanation for what we were seeing and hearing and feeling and smelling, we would go crazy. So you hear something like this.
I don't know if I'm going to get content ID'd. I doubt it.
Patterns in there. I hear patterns that repeat. I hear little melodies.
I doubt I'll get content ID'd for something like this, but especially since it seems to be MIDI strings instead of an actual thing.
They aren't random. They're generated by the brain. They're not composed. It's data. But it's data that's organized. In some way, I don't know how it's organized, but it's coming out with melodic contours.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to pull from
I think
that.
it's
probably
like
the
this.
first part. Because, like, the second part is just audio.
Out with melodic contours.
Well, I'll just put it down. Roger Dumas. I'll just do patterns for now. Jason Graves.
It doesn't matter how much you know about implementation or writing layers or stemming out music or any of these kind of video game terms. None of that matters if you can't write music well. So the first thing for me is always learning your craft, and it doesn't.
Yeah, this is basically just learn your craft. Yeah, I'm. This is a project that I've been meaning to do for a long time.
And imagination, at some point, leads you to think about things that aren't true, and that can be a great exercise for adapting to the world.
I was like, that's a short one, but
I think that it's the job of the artist to push the boundaries of what we're comfortable with and to make us see things differently than we might otherwise see them. I think that having art is a cornerstone of a free society. And
It's a
that
little bit on a soapbox.
artists help us to recontextualize things, to recontextualize our reality, to make connections that we might not otherwise make. And they're not always successful at it. We're not always successful in understanding their intent or their meaning. But I think part of that is artists pushing the boundaries of the art itself. And so I think of avant-garde music, in particular 12-tone and serial music, as being, a group of artists asking the question, what is art and what is music and what are the limits? And we saw...
Yeah, so that's basically the album in a nutshell. I am taking those 13 excerpts, and I have like 6 episodes left to listen to. So I might have another one in there. But the goal is to write a song. It doesn't have to be a long song or a particularly complicated song, but just a song that wraps around that idea in some way. And I've talked about follow through before, and this is one that I've played a lot, and I really, really love this song. It's kind of quiet, unfortunately. So what I'll do is I'll just go onto SoundCloud and play it there. Because it's easier to play through here. I absolutely love this song. This is one that I made a year ago, yeah. And if I could make all 13 songs sound this good, this would be a huge success. Feel like they have a book in them, or they have a song in them, or they have a TV show idea. And you can sit around and talk about that all you want. But until it is actually reality, it doesn't count. I don't know how many songs I half wrote, but never quite finished, and never finished recording, or never even started recording, and no one knows that those songs existed. So it kind of doesn't count until you finish it and then put it out into the world. Now, I'm not saying put crap out into the world, but there comes a time when finishing and moving on, I think, is vital. Otherwise, you're just holding on to all of these old works. And I think if you want to grow as any sort of creative person, you need to finish things.
that cliche of art is not finished, it's abandoned. Yes, it can always be better. But you have to finish and you have to put it out, because otherwise you're just the guy talking about your art and you're not the guy doing it. You get better by doing it, finishing it, learning from that process, and moving on to the next thing.
Yep. So that is basically the single of this album. I don't know if I can top that. I really, really am going to try, but geez, that song gets me, and I love it. So that's 2 songs done and 11 to go, and I have about a month and a half, or about a month or 2. So Composer Quest is actually ending. Charlie McCarran is decided that he wants to go out like on his terms for this podcast. He's interviewed pretty much everybody he wants to. He's interviewed like 160 people at the end of this, and the goal is that he's gonna do a world tour, which he actually funded on Kickstarter, which is awesome. And then he's gonna interview people around the world, and then he's going to end, have like a final couple episodes at home. And he was super. I told him about this idea, and he thought it was awesome. He's actually local, so I met him in person. I told him about this idea. He thought it was great, and it's just like maybe one of the final episodes should be premiering this album, because all of the audio clips are from his series, and I mean, it's definitely within the purview of the podcast as well, because he is talking about creativity, and these are all just talking about creativity except wrapped around music. And so there's a hard deadline for this, because I want this album to be done, or very, very close to being done, by the time we do that interview, so he is able to premiere it, basically. So this is actually I feel like it's a fairly large opportunity for me, because yeah, like it's huge publicity. Like a lot of people listen to Composer Quest, and actually it was like one of the top rated music related podcasts on iTunes for a while, which is crazy. And hopefully, very, very hopefully, I am able to get some good plays and good press and all this other stuff off of it. And honestly, like that follow through track that we just heard, that's something that could go on the radio, no problem. And it's like I'm like thinking big for this, and maybe I'm getting myself like whipped up over something that may or may not happen. But I'm really excited for this, and I really don't want to F it up. So I need to work on other songs for that album, and that's really what I'm going to be doing for the next month or so. Is I'm going to be hammering out these songs and trying to just get a general idea and just generally kind of coalesce everything together, and hopefully find a good voice for the album as a whole. And yeah, I have all of these songs from the 2-hour track challenges, so I have things to work from if I don't want to. Well, I'm obviously going to, make those songs a little bit more in line with everything else. But I do feel like some of the 2-hour track challenges that I've done fit within this style fairly well. And the style that I want is kind of that kind of breakbeat and jazzy sound. So this is the one that I've been working on.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right. if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
Yeah, so this is what I have on this one so far, and this is something that I've kind of hit a little bit of a brick wall on this one, and I need to kind of just add a couple more elements to it and just let it run, because I think all of these songs are going to be in like the 3 to 4 minute mark, and I guess this one's currently at what, like 2 minutes, 1.5, yeah, 1:40. So there's a little bit of work left to be done on this one for sure. And unfortunately, like the audio clip is only like this, so I don't have a whole lot to work with, but I can always just take this and copy it over here and then just use it again.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate.
And instead of having the but, it's like, oh, geez. So instead of having that, I can just be like, it's not a thing about making it.
It's not a thing about
Yeah.
It's not a thing about making it accurate.
So yeah, this is going to be my project for probably more like the next month and a half or so. And I'm really excited. I'm also terrified because there isn't a whole lot riding on it, but it's something that I've wanted to do for a very, very long time, and I don't want to mess it up, basically. So yeah. Now I just need to think of ideas.
But it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right. If it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
So yeah, this is kind of where I'm stuck right now. I want these songs to all have something unique about them, and right now it's just the same loop over and over and over. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also something that I want to stray away from a little bit. So, and you know, if I get stuck on one song, I can always just go to a different song and work on that one. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. So it's 6 or 1. Yeah. And the other thing that I might do is just leave this as it is and then work on evolving something else in the second half, and just have it be one of those types of things. But I kind of like the idea of just having like a simple piano riff like right here, which would be... It might not work in the context.
Take out, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
But I don't want accidents that sound bad. Boop. I'm not trying to be like literal with all these. Like, I might leave an accident or two in if I think it sounds good, but I'm not going to do it on purpose. So.
Take out, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
Yeah. Well, I feel like been a little bit of progress on this, but obviously I want to make more. I kind of wish I had my thing that, like, I had a list of all the stuff that I like needed to do today, and I don't know where that list went. I do want to work on this more, for sure, but I also want to make sure I'm not forgetting something. And that's kind of the problem that I'm realizing when I'm like coming into a song halfway through on stream. It's like I feel like I don't have that momentum as if I did it on from start to finish. So let's jump to something else real quick. This is something that I've worked on for the past 2 days that I kind of want to show off because I haven't been able to yet. It's something that I'm going to be sending over to my Patreon subscribers as kind of like a preview. But this is for a friend, for a special event that they have going on. I have never really remixed a track before, like a video game track. It was a lot of fun. So this is what I was working off of. Stuff here. Artistic license. lost my place. Oh. Yeah. So I'm really pleased with that. It's like a simple song, but it's very cool. I like it a lot. It's something that I want to do more next year. Something I want to do more next year is do more like video game music remixes, because I'd love to get on Overclocked Remix, that site. I'm going to submit this to it after the event in question is over and I'm able to publicly release this. But yeah. Sorry, I'm super distracted today. For some reason, I'm not feeling the music mood right now, and there's other things that I can do, and I might just do that rather than trying to force myself into this. I've been going super hard on music lately, and I need to pace myself because I have a lot to do. And that's part of the intimidating factor. Is just like I have a lot to do and I need to do it now, but I can't just do it now because otherwise I'll burn out and I won't do anything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take like a 2-minute break. I'm going to walk around, refill my water, so forth. So I'll be back in a second. The next thing on my list after this album is actually working on the Maker's Eden soundtrack for Act 3, which I'm looking forward to as well. Is there a cool plugin to Marking. I have no idea what you're talking about. Elfors, Elfraz. I do like plugins though. So like I was saying, I'm not vibing with the music right now, and that's kind of too bad, but at the same time I would rather music for me is more of a an evening thing right now. And right now I'm just not feeling it, which is fine. So I'm going to switch to game development actually. And more of the art side of game development, but game development nonetheless. Okay, so I do have the most recent build here. Because I want to do this instead. And I think that this stream should be more about what I want to do rather than what I should do sometimes, because otherwise I'll go crazy. Oh, that's cool, Elfroz. The Elfroz. I actually use a program called Famitracker, which Dropbox just closed on me for no reason. Famitracker is a Nintendo sound chip emulator, so you can actually create those sounds pretty easily if you wanted to. Like, yeah. So, Levy, there's no way I'm going to do the Naso Elmo this month or this year, as much as I would love to. Yes, it's called the Naso Elmo, NASOALMO, the National Solo Album Month. You should definitely 100% take part in it. It is so satisfying to do it, and it's amazing. It's a lot of fun. But I just have too much on my plate right now. Is this... Okay, the music audio isn't that loud. It's just my headphones are up. There, that's better. Yeah, I might participate in the Naso Elmo just by doing another project. I have a chiptune album that I need to make. Oh! It's so small. Froz21 is now following. Thank you so much for the follow, man. I really appreciate that. I like that better. Yeah, I participated in the Naso Elmo in 2013 and 2015. Both times were incredibly fun. I don't know if I'll be able to make it this year just because I have so many other projects going on. But I highly recommend anybody who writes music should do it. It's incredibly fun to just sit down and jam out music and be like, well, if it sucks, I only did it in a month anyway, so it's like I have that out. And it's so cool to have that ability. Okay. Thank you. Is that an I or it is an I, not an L? iFroz. Okay. So Color Jumper so far, it's coming along. There's a couple things I want to do. One thing that I recently added was this little tracker here, and this actually tracks goal times in the level. So if you beat this level quickly, like that, now it's gold, which is pretty cool. And what I want to do is I want to make this look a little nicer. Right now it looks kind of crappy, especially with that background. Initially I wanted that background because I thought it looked neat, but now I'm looking at it and it looks like butts. It looks like hot, hot butts. So I'm going to, I'm going to fix that. Which, actually, it's not hard. I mean, I just have a layer here. Just go blop. Except that this first one can't be black because it's on a black background. So we can just go and make it a little bit more gray. Save. And this is before I started using Photoshop's files as sprites. So unfortunately I have to do this manually, which kind of sucks, but it's fine. Sprites. Main menu. Sprite main. Replace. Nice thing about Unity is it automatically updates it for you. That looks better already, not having that box around it. I do want this to be a little bit bigger, which is pretty easy as well. So I'm just going to find my prefab. Ah, shit. I have this snap on, and it's really useful 90% of the time, but sometimes it just messes everything up. Okay, so this is actually a fairly large sprite, so I can just go like this, and there won't be any any bad things happen. So negative 0.4, negative 0.7. And apply. And now, yeah, that looks way nicer. And it's offset to the left because I actually have another one for the right that I need to make next. So now if you go like that, and it's like, oh, I'm going to take a long time on this level. Okay. So it didn't trigger it here, but it triggered it here, which is exactly what I wanted. And I have that little shine, which I like. I actually want that shine to be a little bit more delayed. So I'm going to go into the animation for this. Also, I have to thank Amy once again for teaching me how to do this stuff, because otherwise I wouldn't know how to do it. And yeah, means a ton. Being able to create animations. Apply. Delete. Save. So right now, that's odd. Oh, god damn it, the auto snap was on again. I don't know how this keeps getting turned on. That's the other thing. So this is all effed up again. Yeah, it auto snapped to 1, 0.1 or 0.5, 0.5. Negative 0.7. Or negative 0.4. Negative 0.4, negative 0.7. Yeah, so 0.7, 0.7. Apply. So, Levy, what music have you been working on lately? And once again, it's outside of the bounds of that, but I can fix that later. So, now, choo, and then it's like a 3-second wait, and it's like shing. There you go. Nice. Okay, so that's one thing tracked, and I actually have another thing that I want to track as well, that I can do right now. So we have time. I guess going back into the game, there's 2 variables that you can track per level. Two variables that can be easily tracked per level. The time it takes to beat the level, and the number of rotations that you make during the level. And I want to have goals for each of those. So yeah, so it's not going to be too hard. I already actually have the code set up. Whoops, brilliant. I already have the code set up for tracking the rotations. I just need to create the sprite for it, and that's basically it. The other thing that I need to do is I need to create some kind of UI on the level itself. So somewhere in this level, it'll show like the level name, the goal time, and the goal rotations. That's a weird bug. And then honestly, after that, I need a little bit of an animation for that as well, but after that, whoa, geez. Okay, after that, this game's pretty much done. Which is, well, done as in like done, ready for demo and setting up a Greenlight page. But it all works. I guess that's the important part. This one's going to be a hard one to get rotations down because sometimes you miss. Yep. I don't know why I'm playing through the game. I actually honestly haven't played through it in about 2 weeks. So I guess it's good to get refamiliarized with everything. And then I have to go through and I have to name all the levels. I have to set goals for each level because most of these levels don't have a goal time yet. They're just like 0, which is literally impossible. Oh no! I thought you were an expert at your own game, Ben. Oops. This one's hard, but that's why it's good. I like the tough ones, and they're just gonna get harder too, which is what makes me so happy. Like this game's gonna get super hard, and I love it. There we go. You gotta get the rewards. Oh wait, I said I had to get the rewards. Okay, how do you get this one? There we go. Ah, see that guy. I need to rework this level a little bit. Because that guy is always in the way. He's always up in your face. And that's more of a random luck thing, and that's whoops. And that's not how I want to run this game. I don't want random luck dictating how the levels go. I want it to all be player skill. Oh man, speaking of player skill, what's going on here? There we go. Okay. Just gotta play it cool. Whoops. Just gotta play it cool. Yeah! Yeah. Another thing that I added that's a little subtle but well needed is that their levels have a various zoom. Like some levels are further zoomed out because there's a lot going on the screen, or it's just a larger level in general. So and then oops. Ah, crud. Not paying attention. I need to find a better way of teaching this mechanic as well, because people didn't really get it before. When I was doing playtesting, people didn't really get it. Which is fine. It's not an easy mechanic to fully understand right away. And that's kind of why I like this game as a little bit of a puzzle game as well, because there's definitely some puzzle elements. Definitely some puzzle elements involved. I'm looking forward to when I get to make levels again, because there's some really mean levels that I'm gonna make. Sequence break. Nope. Hey, Ollie. Sequence break. Got it. So, yeah, that's Color Jumper as it stands right now. There's some things that I want to do with it still. There's actually a lot of things that I want to do with it still. But, and I'm getting this error down here as well, which is, which is related to something else. But yeah, I only have a couple time tracking things in place too, so because I wanted to make sure that it worked first. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to create a rotation, a rotation icon, like I did with the other one. And I feel like it's just going to be like two arrows kind of pointing in on each other in the idea of a square. My nose is really itchy and I don't know why. Okay. I got to get my mojo back. I was up super late last night. And I feel like my energy level is a bit stagnant. Sorry, the stream didn't crash. I was just clicked off. My nose is super itchy. I'm not picking my nose. It's just itchy. I promise. So, I'm thinking what I can do. It's like allergies basically, which sucks. But wait, what's that? There it is. Is this just empty? That's just empty, I guess. So, I want it to be about the same size, which isn't hard. These sprites are like 128 by 128, so I definitely have a lot of room for detail. Actually, let's round that a little bit. Smooth 5. And then select, modify, contract. Let's say 15. And then what I want to do, because everything is kind of squarish. I guess the timer isn't, but everything's kind of squarish in this. So it's like I want to have these kind of squared too. Although that looks kind of junky. Okay, what's a better way of handling this to create a rounded... Okay, how about this? Let's make a rounded rectangle with a stroke of 15. Or that's point, not pixels, so we'll see. Stroke is black. Fill is empty. Stroke is black. There we go. And a radius of 15. There we go. That's better. It's not the stroke the length that I want though, so let's make another one. That's a little bit better. Able to edit this, or once it's out, it's out? Okay. Yeah, huge house party. I drank some booze. I drank like one shot of vodka along with a half a can of Coke. And I watched the Insert Coin Theater stream. It was a wild night. That's for show. Can I set it so the stroke is an inner? I want it to be on the... Because with the inner stroke, unfortunately, it's going to block out the inside, which isn't really a bad thing, I guess. Just leave it like that. And then... so we've got this. Honestly, before I even rotate it, I should create an arrow. So this can just get rasterized right away. That's why it's so weird. The interpolation is set to nearest neighbor instead of by cubic, because I was doing pixel art the other day. Yeah, that's better. So what I'm doing is I'm basically creating a graphic for the rotations. It's super fun. Yeah, it's thankfully it's a very mild day here today. I'm very happy with that. I'm thinking about, honestly, only streaming for a couple hours so I can go outside and sit in the hammock and actually like chill for once in my life. So we'll see if that comes to fruition.
Idea of transhumanism. Yet I do believe that the singularity is coming. And that what will happen then will be truly dramatic and spectacular.
Nope.
I don't see it as some kind of fate.
Here comes the allergies. I have to sneeze.
Transformation of humanity. Rather, I see it as its end.
Oh, excuse me.
It is possible that some humans will either be uploaded into machines, genetically modified or augmented with nanotechnology. But it will be an anecdotal event when compared to something as dramatic as the creation of an artificial intelligence. If human beings are uploaded or augmented, I don't think it's appropriate to call them human anymore.
Yeah, thank you.
They will be something else. Something new.
So it's just a little bit of work to make it feel a little bit more like I'm not just using basic shapes, but Korik, we'll talk about that. Like I mentioned earlier, I am crazy busy right now, but depending on the project and the scope, I might be able to help. I have a ton of stuff going on, so I can't make any guarantees, but I will, if I can help, I'll try. Click. No, that's not what I wanted. There we go. Click on that. Oh my god. What is going on here? Just go like this. Clicking on the thing. More. And it needs to be over a little bit less. Okay. Yeah, so I think that's a pretty good rotations graphic, at least for the time being. It might be a little thin when it gets in the game, but we'll find out. So now what I need to do is I need to create a minus. What's minus? That's minus. And then add. Then add. I did that backwards. Okay. Well, let's just go like this then. Flatten. Rasterize. Flatten. Yes, apply. And then we'll just go like this. And then make a mask out of it. And inverse that. Minimize or close that. And then you can bring that back up. Get your paint bucket. Of course. There we go. It is a little bit bigger, and it's not rotated because I'm a dumbass. Okay. A little more work to do on this. So I'm going to shrink it down a little bit, and I'm going to rotate it. I'm going to shrink it down just a little bit more. And I might, for accentuation, I might actually... I did not want to open a browser window. That's the one thing I hate about having keyboards with a bunch of extra buttons on them. Sometimes you push the email button and it's like, oh, let me open up that for you. It's like, no, I don't want you to. I want you to keep doing what I want you to do. Select, modify, expand by 4 pixels? Yeah. Maybe. We'll see. It's getting there. Sitting here, watching the time go. I'm just sitting here, taking it real slow. Just sitting here. I'm not talking. You always gotta be talking. That's what the whole point of streaming is. I've been listening to the dumb song that I have playing in the background. Writing a song for you. Okay, so this has a lot more stuff to it. So let's go 128 by 128. Make a new thing. Take this, dump it on there. So I play these keys and sometimes pluck some strings. There. That's a start. Like I feel like that there's going to be more work to be done on that. I also realize that this isn't centered, which bothers me. This is what I get for like being a bum, I guess. I also feel like this is too big. Current events. I don't even know. I streamed with Tim yesterday from the Insert Coin Theater podcast, or the Insert Coin Theater show, and he is in the middle of Hurricane Hermione or however the hell you want to pronounce it. Sounds scary. I was talking to him about it, and it's like, I live in Minnesota. Like, there's no inclement weather here aside from tornadoes once in a while, and we don't even get the bad ones, quote unquote. So it's like,
Pull me out of it. At the risk of sounding cheesy, I might make these
yeah,
songs for
that looks
myself,
better.
but
So I don't have to deal with any of that stuff, and it sounds
I
terrifying.
really appreciate all of you. I just can't thank you enough for that.
Yeah, really. I don't know what that's for. Probably the hurricane. But I feel like I got it off. I got it pretty easy in that regard. Oops. Just up the. There we go. Make it sharper. Tim lives in Florida. Okay, so I can get rid of that. That's the timer. That's this. Oh, the hurricane's on the East Coast. That's about all I know right now. I think it's moving up the East Coast. No, it looks like it's in Virginia now. I just want a map. Oh no, it's all the way up into like Washington D.C. almost. It looks like it moved off the land though. It's like off. I have no idea, Cork. I haven't been following the facial recognition patterns of the hurricane. Okay, so we have this, and let's see, 128 by 128. It looks centered. Yeah, I think that looks centered. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group up the stopwatch ones. Time. Well, I know who Harambe is, which is still very unfortunate, even though the internet's turned into this horrible meme. Even if it is funny at some of the jokes, but not funny because it's still terrible. Okay, so rotations. Then we need to copy the bevel and emboss effect, so copy layer style. Jump in here and copy the gold. Paste, apply mask, paste layer style. There we go. So now we need to move all of these 128 over. Which should not be too hard. Oops. And the shine is off, but that's easy to fix too. I got a text message. Nope, I got a message from Reddit. I recently changed my my Reddit username because I wanted to try something different. And it's been fun so far. I changed it to PM me your favorite tune, I think, or your favorite song or something. And now I just get a bunch of private messages with cool music in them. So it's like, I'm okay with that. So now I need to make the shine on the icons, which is pretty simple. Copy, paste. No, don't paste there. Or paste there, I don't care. Just go like this. Okay, so I'm gonna have to do a little bit of work on this, but not a ton. Like right here. And this is like a one frame animation, so I don't have to be super accurate, but I do want to make sure that I get everything. Get rid of that. There we go. There. Now we have the rotations, the rotatos. So we can save that as rotations. This is still running. There we go. Too many things open. Okay, so then we go in here, go to sprites, menu, main menu, rotations. We got to split this up. So sprite mode multiple, sprite editor, apply, slice, 128 by 128, slice, good there, apply. Made our things, and now we just need to bring our prefab back in and just kind of bring it all in there. So bring that up, and then sprite. Oh my god. Sprite rotation icon. And this stupid thing popped up again. Now I have to... Nope, I'm not even going to bother. Just delete. Uncheck. I don't know why it keeps checking itself. I guess it's trying not to wreck itself. Old person jokes. 0.4. This is negative 0.4, I think. Negative 0.35. Negative 0.35, I mean. 0.4. Have it spread out a little bit more. Okay, so we got this one. This is sprite rotation icon. Get text message. Okay, I'll actually be right back. I need to check on something. My wife's looking for a package to be delivered. Nothing yet. So with this, we get the rotations. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good, like side by side. It's a little bit bigger, but I can just go like 0.65. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so now I have to redo these animations, because these aren't the correct ones that I want in here. So animations, menu icon, oh my god, caps lock. Menu icon, rotation, gray. Which is just this guy. And then menu icon rotation, gold. Oh god, I'm itchy everywhere. That's the other reason I might do a bit of a shorter stream. I can just take a bunch of allergy meds and lie down and not have to fight through the itchies. Bring all these in here. Right, this is like backwards. This one needs to go first. How long? This is 317 or 318. So I want to make it about the same, but I want to make it offset. So actually this goes like right here. And then this can go back over. Samples should be 20, I think, yeah. No, it's like 9 seconds long, okay. Wish it told you how long it actually was. Okay, so you can, if you go to the end, 70, 77. That's 78, so I need to bring this back one. There we go. Animator. So we don't want time on this one. I want to make sure I'm on the rotation. Gray to gold, you set the trigger, and that should be it. And now if we go to icon... Oh, damn it. I didn't set... Okay. That was my problem. I effed it all up. Oh, can I undo? Because I didn't create a new animator, I just duplicated it, so I was working off the same animator like a dumbass. Okay. Amy, why didn't you stop me? Okay, so rotation icon. So, okay. Okay. So this one doesn't need these animations. This one is perfect and fine. It's a perfect little baby, just the way it is. This one is a hot mess, and I need to fix it. And then make transition to here. Set the transition. This is empty. Set gold. Add behavior. That one seems good. Time icon, time gray, time gold. Okay, I think I fixed it. I have no idea what this means. But I have a feeling it's just from me hitting undo a billion times. Okay, and now I actually have to go into the code and set up the trigger for that to happen, which is the menu controller. And we'll get this sorted out yet. I like that it says preparing solution, as if Visual Studio doesn't cause more problems than it solves. Okay, so this is the player controller. I want the menu controller. It's the lock tile. Here it is. That should be all I have to do. I already had it all prepared. I just didn't. Okay, let's find out. Okay, so all the icons are there. That's a good start. I feel like they're a little big now that there's two of them, so I might change that. So let's do this. Okay, and this one I'm going to do neither, apparently. And this one I'm going to do the jumps. This one I'm going to do the jumps but not the time. And this one I'm going to do the time but not the jumps. Because I think I did this one too. Okay, maybe not. But looks like it works. And then if I go back into this one and do the time, but not the jumps. Look at that. Well, that works really well. I'm happy that that works. So now I have to go from level to level to level and actually fill in all these for ideal times, or for ideal for ideal times and for ideal rotations. And rotations is easy because I can count those. So let's do that. Let's have a text file open. Okay. And let's go from level to level and count the number of jumps that it takes to minimum. So level 1 or level 0. 0, 0. 1. Easy. 0, 1. I think this one's 3. Well, I fucked it up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one is 3 because you have to rotate twice and then rotate one more time. 1, 2, 3. This one's just 1. So 3 is 1. And this is 1, 2, 3. Whoops. 1, 2, 3. And then really, whoops. That's a tricky one. Because you can hack it. You can, like, go past this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think 8's pretty reasonable for that one. And this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one's simple. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, wait. Okay. 1, 2. Whoops. Let's try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wrong side. Damn it. This one's kind of hard because there's multiple paths. 1, 2, 3. And both of these you can't reach, I don't think, because you can't do it in 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, that's the wrong side then. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 question mark? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. One, 2. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. Hey, Drekt. I'm going through each level, and I'm counting the minimum number of jumps that it takes to actually beat that level. 1. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3. That one's easy. 12, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, there's a couple ways to beat this one, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I want to go with the appropriate way to do it, not the hacky way. And I'm fine with having sequence breaks and stuff. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4, 5. Right? Yep, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 total. I should really just have a counter on here so I don't have to do it manually. Okay, One more try. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, I fucked it up. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I just need to have a counter, because apparently I can't do everything at once. I actually do have a counter in here already. Wind level. There. Number of rotations is what I want. So what level is I on? 16. Now I don't have to think about it. I just have to play the game properly. And my goal is to list out the levels in the way they were intended to be beaten. So if somebody finds oh my god. Don't watch, kids. Dad's bad at his own game. I'm gonna blame allergies. That's oops. You get in a pattern. Yeah. Dang it. It's all about timing. Yeah, that's messed up. There is a way. Okay. I got it. I got it this time. See, I'm glad this is hard because I want this to actually be a challenge for people, and you can actually squeeze off another. Oops. Because you can go like this. I guess you still have to rotate around, so it doesn't matter. Shit! I did it again. These complex levels are actually going to be really hard to find the ideal path for. I'm going to blame allergies because, oh my god, I can't think straight. One more, then go. There we go. I did it right that time. I hope it recorded. 23. Jeez. Again, this is another level that's going to have a ton of jumps. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Zelgrith. It's going all right. I'm doing my game thing. I think that was about the minimum number, so 16 is pretty good. So 17, 16. Yeah, and that's the goal, Drekt. I want to add more replayability to this game. Whoa, that was close. Oh, right. Dumbass Ben. It's funny, like, watching people play this game and making that mistake and then making it myself. It's like, oh. I don't think it's possible to make that jump, as cool as it would be to try. Oops. I like that this makes the game harder, though, trying to get the ideal number of jumps. This is exactly what I want. $15. One. Or I'm not even counting. No. That was 15 again. I feel like that could be better executed, but I don't think so. Nope. $13. That's pretty good. Ooh, it's a ghost. Hey, formal ghost. How's it going? Oops, I need to save that. So you'll notice right here that there's some flickering. I need to fix that. Yeah, that's brilliant. I know how to fix that, by the way. I just haven't yet. That was 9. Really, Selgrith? Because that's... You can't optimize that. You can't optimize that. Like, this isn't the wall's touch. This is number of rotations. So I'm pretty sure that that's ideal. Just like this one, it can be a real pain in the dick for some people. Oh, the 13 one. Yeah, I'll go back to that one in just a second. Ooh, 11. Okay, let's go back to level 20 then. Or 21. Alright, no, it is 20. That's cool. So, whoops. So you got 2 here. That you have to do 2. You have to do 2 here. No, maybe you can get away with a wall jump onto that, but that's super tight. Yeah, you might be able to get away with one more here. Let me keep trying. Yep. But you have to rotate the yeah. So this wall actually it regulates how many rotations you have to get or you have to do to get to that point. So I think it's still the same number. Yeah, still 13. It's a good point though. Oops. Which one was I on? 23? 23.
Vampires and werewolves. Let's look at the monster who really existed.
No, I fucked it up. Waiting for the first block to be all the way to the left. Let me see. Oh, and like jumping... Maybe... Oh, I don't think it goes far enough over. Unless you go like this. No, you can't jump high enough. Yeah, and that's 14 because I had an extra jump in there. I was climbing too much. Yep, you just gotta float. This one's easy. It's 1, 2, 3. Oops, that's not what I wanted to hit. I wanted to write this down. Not 30, 3. This one's pretty straightforward too, like, well, if you don't fuck it up. This one's pretty straightforward too, like, you gotta rotate a certain number of times to just get through this.
Let's look at the monster who really existed.
Although you might be able to squeeze one jump off at the end here, because that one was 8. I think I can make it 7. I'm gonna try to make it 7. I think you can make this 7 by being a little tricksy. Yeah. Now this one you can save a ton of jumps on, because you can hack the end by going like this. So you can make it 10, but I am going to do it the legit way. Actually, no, I'm not. Because otherwise it's like 17. But I'm going to put down 10. Because that's an asshole thing to do and I love it. Yep. Might experiment with levels that have vertically moving platforms to determine if the number of jumps may be uncertain. Well, and these are goals. These aren't like the guaranteed lowest number ever. Did I miss one? I think I missed one. Yeah. What was 27? Oh wait, no, what was 26? Right, I was gonna put down 10. Oh no, I'm out of order. Okay, what level am I on right now? Level 26. This one was 10. Let's do this again to prove that it was 10. Well, that time I got 9. So I'm gonna put down 9. This is level 27. Ah, too early. I don't fully understand what you're saying, Zinthalios, but I'm going to try to read that again when my brain's a little bit less occupied. Okay, so that one was 10. Okay, so my problem was that I just had one extra thing there. And this one's going to be a hard one to track because there's a lot... Like, the path splits here. Zelgrith, I have a counter. It's right down here. It's hard to see. I don't feel that that was the ideal way of handling that one. 18. I'm actually going to go to that level super quick. All I want to do is I want to Oh no. Bring that out just a little bit. Okay, so let's play that level again now. Save. I thought I saved. Okay. So now... Come at me, bro! Ah, okay. Ah! Dang it. There we go. So that's 14. And this one I'm actually going to have as 0. Because you can dodge all these. It's just... Ah, shit. Ah! I did so well the first time. I mean, there's a super easy way to beat this without even having to deal with this, but... Ah! 0. Okay, so yeah, that one you can do in 0, and it gave me the gold because that's the default value. So that one's 0. What was the other one? It's like 13? 14. Now, my problem is I don't know how I'm going to do time because I don't want to just do... Oh, yeah. Well, they're all on a cycle, Zinthalios, so if you get the timing right, you should be able to get that cycle. Like, they don't start in a random position. So, I see what you mean, though, and that's definitely something I'm going to have to go into a little bit more when I'm tuning all these. But right now, I kind of just want to get the demo out. So... let's go back to level 8 real quick. Because this one had 16 question mark on it. 1, 2, okay. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that just doesn't reach. Or if it does reach, it's like so close that I don't feel it would be fair. Or I could be sneaky and have this one be blue. I might do that, actually. Scenes, level 8. So I'm actually going to change this to blue instead of red. That way it looks less Christmassy, too. Yeah, Zelgrith, that's a really good idea. I will definitely be having what I like to call asshole levels in the game. Having puzzle levels like that is something that I definitely want to incorporate. Especially when you get all of the mechanics, like the moving platforms and the beams, and I forgot to enable the background again. I can't wait until I'm done with this game and I can actually make a better level generator. What I should do is I should have this disabled by default, like the mesh render disabled by default. And when the script kicks in, it's just like, is the mesh render disabled? Then turn it on. That would make too much sense, though. Okay, so now it should be very clear how you get the best path. Oops. Wait, did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. Why did I say blue? Maybe I meant green. Or not green, but yellow. Because blue is the same problem as green now, where I just get just nip the edge of it. Oh my god, Ben. Oh wait, I still need that there. Yeah, that's what I want. Now, if we go into 8, now we have a path, like the ideal path for... That's 13. And it makes more sense now. It has like a flow to it. Cool. That's nice. So we have that now. Okay, so now let's go for the speedrun strats. Oh my god. Okay, let's try to finish these levels as fast as humanly possible. So this time I'm going to do level, current level, plus time. Number of rotations. Level time. There we go. Okay, so now I'm just going to blitz through all the levels as fast as I can. And it'll record the times down below. Yeah, I might have an achievement for, like, doing most of the levels, I might have an achievement for getting gold on both at the same time. Which, for the first levels, is actually not going to be that hard. You can get both at the same time. And maybe there's like a super secret achievement that you can get for actually that level could be played faster because you can fall. Oh, I did it wrong. That did it wrong. I did it wrong. Oh my god. I'm so used to doing this level the other way. Ah. It's good music for it right here, though. Ah, nope. Oh boy, here we go. See, these levels are going to be a little bit harder to gauge because, oops, there's a lot more variables and they're like longer. That was a good time. Messed that one up. And what I'll do is I'll probably add like a half second or a quarter second or some amount of time to all of these so they're not like insurmountable. Because, you know, I'm the MLG pro at this game and nobody else can be. Wait. Actually, no, you can skirt around that way. This one, you have to pretty much just follow the thing. There's no... Time's gonna be pretty similar for most people on this one. Ah! Except for when I keep screwing it up. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. Whoops. Nope. That's one way to do it. Ah, crud. I'm not thinking. You gotta think with your brain with this game. It's gonna be the thing on the box. Think with your brain. Oops. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1. There we go. That was a good time. And again, I'm gonna do this the legit way, because the way to do it otherwise, I fucked it up. No, I didn't. So yeah, you could just do that, but what fun is that? So again, I'll just do the actual timed way. And really, I should be over here because that's out of the range of the other one. And I can jump in this one because I'm just going for time. Now, I got all my times right here. So I'm gonna like round up. So this is gonna be like 1.5, 3.5, 2.5. Narrow sides of the colored bars, legitimate strategy. The level break time. Why not make... What do you mean by the level break time, Zelgrith? You mean the time between like the transitions? Why not make standing on the narrow sides of the colored bars a legitimate strategy? The narrow side of the colored bars. What level are you talking about for that one? Maybe I'm not fully... Six. Not 75 seconds, 7.5 seconds. Level 10? Oh god, I... Okay. Level 1 should be 3.5, level 2 should be 2.5, level 3 should be like 2.75, level 4 should be 4.75. Level 6 should be 8. Level 7 should be 6.25. Level 8 should be 7. Yeah, 7.5 is okay. Or 7.25. Or just 7. Level 9 should be 10 point... Or it should just be 11. Yeah, unfortunately, Zelgrith and Zenthalios, like the stream delay makes it kind of hard for me to fully understand what you're asking sometimes, and I feel bad that I can't be more responsive. But I've been trying to like lower the stream delay in various ways when I can. Okay, so let's move on down to 13, which should be 7.25. 16, 15, 16 seconds. See, the longer levels, I want to be a little bit more lenient because... Oh, Zenthalios, that's not a bad idea, but maybe... Actually... Here's the reasoning, and it's a little psychological. I want to make it feel like the player is breaking the game sometimes. So having the scores be as if you were finishing the level normally on some of the levels, not all of the levels, but on some of the levels, having the scores as if the player was finishing the level as they should. But if they find a way to completely break the game, even if it's a way that I can control, then I think that actually lends a lot of a lot of entertainment to the player just because they're able to do this one thing that's like, oh, I'm not supposed to be able to do this. And it's more of a, I think that intentionally allowing the player to do those kinds of things in a controlled environment like that, I think is pretty powerful. So that's my reasoning why, and it might change in the future. And there are some of the times and stuff that do require a sequence break where they have to kind of break the game in a various way. But for the most part, I want to leave those up to the player to find. Oh, Levy, that sucks. I don't know if anybody else is having problems, but please, if somebody else is having issues, let me know, and I'll see what I can do on my end. But unfortunately, there isn't a whole lot I can do on my end aside from Okay, so we have the level stats now. Yeah, I only have 48 dropped frames on my end, so I'm not losing anything on the upload, but I do feel that maybe things aren't going as well elsewhere. So now all I have to do is I have this game controller here, and I have the level goal, or the time goal right here, and the jump goal right here. Well, Zinthalios, maybe you're just a better game than some of the other people that have played it. Gamer. I don't know. I'm leaving it as it is right now, but that doesn't mean I won't change it later, maybe. Okay, that's good to hear. Thanks, Zinthalios. The other thing that I want to do is I want to have a level name for each level, and I don't know what I'm going to name all these levels. Because at some point, when I load a level, I want it to be like, have the level name display on the top, and then find some way to have like the timer or something else on the screen in a place that that's out of the way but still shows the player like, okay, to beat this level you have to do X number of jumps and X number of time. It shouldn't be hard, I just have to do it. So there's level 1. That's level 11. Let's go to level 1. That was level 0. Okay, so this one is 4 jumps and 3.5 seconds. Yeah, Zinthalios, that might have helped too. 2.5 seconds. The twist. And 3 jumps is accurate. Oops, level 3. 1 jump, 2.75. So what's see, now I have to think of names for all these. I probably won't think of names for all these right now. Yeah. If a name comes to mind while I'm going through it, then I'll name it. But 8 jumps, 4 point. Yeah, direct, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. Oh, I like that demo level is the generic name. Okay, so let's see. Level time goal for 4. This is 4. Yeah, time goal is 4.75. Rotation goal is 8. Levy is cool. I'll keep that in mind, Levy. Okay, so this one. There's very creative names, Levy. 4.75, 11 jumps. Or rotations. So the thing is, it's not jumps, it's rotations. Which is a fairly unique thing. So, game controller, let's get rid of demo level when I see it. Okay. And that one's good. Double flip, I think, is a good name for that one because it kind of prompts. Because the other nice thing about doing this is I can give tips. And I know one of the goals that I had for this game is to not have any text in here. So maybe this is not like going to be something that I use in the end, because then you have to worry about translations and all this other stuff. But really, this is very simple stuff. So I don't know. I don't know what to name this one. Go to level 8, which is 7 seconds and 13 jumps. Seven seconds, 13 jumps. Go to level 9. $11 seconds, 14 jumps. Is that right? No, that's not right. Yeah, 3.5 and 2 jumps. Because we're on level 10, Ben. Zinthalios, I like that. I actually need to run for a minute. I'm going to check on the package again, and I need to run to the bathroom for a moment. So I'll be back in just a second, and we will continue naming these files. Naming these levels, and once we do all the time and rotation goals for all those, I'm going to play through all 30 levels again, and we'll see how well I do. So I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. Everything is busy all at once. What did I miss in here? Holy crap. Let's do... Why are there so many text messages? Okay. Olivia is cool. Okay. Press the send button next. 101, 102. Yeah, and like having generic names like that is something that I could do. Levy, that's pretty funny. Having each level like tell a story. I was alone, and then I found one person. Whoops. Yeah, and like how artsy game or these simple games can have like this super deep. Yeah. There are definitely a lot of those. Drek, that's pretty dark. That's funny though. Yeah, I'm not going to put a story in this game. As much as I kind of want to, I think it would be interesting, but I don't want to. Just because I've said this before, and it's just like I want this level or this game to be simple and straightforward. As much as I'd like for it to get complicated, and it's gotten much more complicated than it started as, I want it to be I want it to be as simple as possible. Oh, that's not right. There we go. Thomas Was Alone. Yeah, Thomas Was Alone was the game that just had like the square and like had friends that were also squares or shapes. So this is 12, 4.25, 3 jumps. Go 13. I'm just using like the first name that comes to mind. I will probably go and fix those at some point. So this is the level that's supposed to teach you how to do the like wall-to-wall jump, but I don't feel it does like a very good job. So this is something I'm probably going to have to revisit at some point. Oops, level controller. Where's the level controller? Oh, game controller. Yeah. But I don't want to just like I don't want to be obvious about it. Yeah, I don't know what to name that one. I might leave it blank for now. So what's this? 14. 14 is 5.25. 7. Time for 16. 16 is 16.25, 23 rotations. Yeah, and as much as I like having stories and deeper meanings and stuff like that, I don't feel like this game would benefit from something like that. Like, it's just like Super Meat Boy had a story, sort of like you're basically rescuing the princess, which, you know, is fine. You can do that. but it doesn't mean that chromatic tunneling. Which one was 14? That's not bad. I'll keep that one in mind. Oops. Where was I? Okay. Game controller. 18. 11, 15. Yeah, and it's like, I like the level names because they give you... Actually, this one should be chromatic tunneling. Yeah, I'm totally going to steal that idea, but I'm going to use it here because... Because it's like the perfect name for this one. 10 levels left. I feel like the music's kind of quiet. Maybe I'm just the one that's quiet.
No matter how beastly and huge dinosaurs were, the fact remains that they went extinct. They are a reminder that sooner or
That's a good question, Drecht.
the universe will beat everything.
I've got about 200 songs on here. And I would guess that maybe 45 of them are chiptunes. So I would say about a quarter. Roughly. Nine. I don't know what to call this one. Elevator, probably. Space elevator. Oh, excuse me. N3CHI, thank you so much for the follow. I really appreciate that, man. Hope you've been enjoying the content. I'm sorry I'm not as vocal as I usually am, but I am suffering from some allergies, which is super fun. Gauntlet. 7.5. There we go. And 10. Oh, my phone buzzed, but that was because I got the notification that somebody followed, and I really appreciate those follows. Seriously, like, all those follows helps. I don't know if I'll ever get partnered by Twitch. I mean, that would be super cool if I was, but just having those people, because all I want to do is when I'm done with my stream, I want to find other people who are streaming and send them over to those people, so you can find other cool people too. Friggin' lasers. No. Projected light. Friggin' lasers just doesn't have the right tone that I want for this game. I don't think I spelled that right. Oh, I did. Good job, Ben. Way to spell words correctly. That's 25. Okay, move on to 26. This song is too quiet. Yeah, cheap tunes. So 26 is 7.25 and 9 rotations. And all of this... Levy! Good to have you back. All of this might be able to be like ported off into the game controller, so I don't have to go from level to level to change it. And that might be something I do in the future. But right now... I don't know what to call this one. 27. 12.5. 10. 28. Yeah, Zinthalios. 26 was the one I believe that you're talking about. Okay, so yeah, I think 26... This is the one you're talking about. And yeah, you could just go like this. Which is actually a crazy time. I did it in 4 seconds and the goal time is 7.5 or 7.25. But that's the point. Like, being able to blitz through that really fast, I think is useful to making for helping the player make like to help make the player feel like they're cheating the game a little bit. And I want the player to feel like they're cheating the game a little bit because that's what makes games fun. They can be challenging, sure, but they should also be satisfying. Okay, so there's nothing achieved. Let's see how fast I can go through this game. And how efficiently I can go through this game. Oh, that's a good start. Let's just start over. There we go. Hit the wrong button right away. I want to see how many of these I get. Oh, screwed that one up. So obviously when you die, your rotations and timer reset. Nope, that's the wrong way. That's also the wrong way. Yeah, like a death counter is something I'm going to add, but that's a global thing. Oops. Like beating levels 1 through 10 without dying, beating levels like 10 through 20 without dying, all that stuff. That's a whole different set of achievements that's actually going to be achievements, not Oops. So many chip tunes. I missed. Start over. There's a way to get this. There we go. I won't get jumps this time. I think I jumped one too many times. There we go. Right. Yeah, having the timer like going in my head, even not having a timer on the screen, but just having a timer going in my head, it's definitely changing the way I play this game. Which is good. I missed. You can definitely skip some spots in this level, which I like too. Not rotations, just too many. There we go. Where was I going with that? Oops, messed it up. And yeah, also, oh yeah. I make all sorts of chiptune tracks. This is off of, this is off the Three Red Hearts album. One of the few songs that weren't made in like Famitracker, but actually like made in Ableton using chiptune themed audio. I screwed it up. I thought I rotated again. I screwed it up again. I'm going too fast. Which is one of the great things about doing challenges like this, because if you do go too fast, you screw it up. Now, if I do it that way, I'm not gonna get gold though. On both of them, I'll get gold on time for sure. Thanks for playing the full demo. You might be kind of busy right now, but I really appreciate you taking the time to play through this game. You can reach me on Twitter at Ben_Burns. Heart emoji. It should pop up right now. Whoop. How'd I do? Oh, I jumped. Damn it. But look at that. It tracks it all. What the hell did I do on 19? Yeah, Zinthalios, I agree. It's definitely not. It's definitely not pure chiptunes in the traditional sense. Oh yeah, I know what I did here. Well, I still didn't get time. 19 might be a little too close. I might bring that to 12.5. Well, cool. That was very, very productive, and I'm glad that I was able to do that. That was not really a roadblock, but that was kind of a little bit of busy work that I needed to do to get this demo out there, and I want to get this demo out there. The only thing that I really have left to do on Color Jumper, let me look at my, the other thing I'm not a big fan about this song is it's really long. It loops more times than it needs to. So, display best time on main menu. So I can archive that. Archive that. Now, tallbeardstudios.com is still needs some work, but I want to have Color Jumper up on there. Lobster balls. That's nice. So level graphical text on start. So basically what I'm saying is I want to have that text, that level name, appear on the top, and then have UI to display current time and if player is going to earn gold. So that's basically just, I think, adding something to probably the game controller or the level controller, some kind of UI thing, to where it shows it's going to reset everything. Yeah, these aren't. I have it set to like clear all the stuff every time it loads. If you have Trello Gold, then yeah, you can. I wrote a blog post about time management and stuff, and I talked about Trello a little bit, and they gave me a year's worth of Trello Gold, which was very nice of them. They gave me like a sticker and a shirt and stuff too, which is cool. So I'm thinking that with this, you could have like some kind of graphics up in the upper right-hand corner. Because if the player's making a jump that they can't exactly see, they can't jump that high, so they won't, like their destination won't be occluded by the text. So yeah, I think that really all I need to do is I need to create some kind of UI element to like either up in the upper left or upper right, just be like level name, current time versus actual time, and then yeah, and rotations. I'm sorry, my brain's shutting off. And I don't want to make this stream shorter. Like 3.5 hours is kind of short for a Ben Gets Stuff Done stream, but I also really want to sit out in the hammock and read a book for a little bit. So I might go do that. Yeah. So I'm gonna shut off the music. Let's look at this again one more time, see if anything comes out at me. And I don't think it will, but it might. And then I can have some like lunch and just chill out for a little bit. And it's entirely possible that I might stream a little bit later today
But
too.
it's not a thing about making it accurate. It's a thing about making it feel right.
My time zone is Central Time. It's only 2 p.m. here. Excuse me. And it's a very nice day out, and I'd hate to waste that sitting inside doing CST.
You know, if it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
Doodle Dude, this is for a album that I am currently working on called Creationism, which is talking about creativity and how it kind of dictates my life. It uses audio snippets from the podcast called Composer Quest, which obviously I have permission from Charlie McCarron, the guy who runs Composer Quest, to use them. And yeah, like this is an album that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and I'm glad that I'm finally able to kind of get around to doing it. But I also have a bit of a timeline. Well, it's CDT, yeah, because there's daylight savings time. There's daylight saving time. But Doodle Dude, a bit of a deadline for this is because Composer Quest is ending in 2 months because Charlie is moving on to other things, and I want to finish this by the time Composer Quest ends, so I'm able to get back on his show and we can talk about the album. And it's good marketing for me, and it's a really, really good way of wrapping up the entire podcast series, because it's kind of bringing together all of these little bits and pieces of the podcast and putting them in music form, and I think that's really special. So it really benefits me. It's a project that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and it really benefits the podcast. So it's like something that really is mutually beneficial for everybody. And yeah, I just need to finish it. So I have like 13 songs to write in the next 2 months, not counting all the other songs I need to write in the next 2 months. But yeah, I really like how this song started, but yeah, Levy, I talked about that a little bit earlier, where it's like I'm going to try to record a lot of stuff live like this, and there were some mistakes, but I'm not going to intentionally do stuff that sounds bad, because that's not what he's saying. What he's saying is it's okay to make mistakes, because sometimes those mistakes are better than the intentions that you were going for. So yeah, it's like I like the idea of having that kind of stuff, but I'm not gonna go too hard on it.
If it's an accident that's an error that feels good, then you leave it in. You know, you want those.
Well, Zinthalios, I hear ya. I completely understand what you're saying there. For a very long time, I did not write a lot of music. And then I dedicated myself to getting more productive with it. Like, let's see, abstractionmusic.bandcamp. I have something called, on my Bandcamp page, I have something called Formative, which is all the music I wrote between 1998 and 2004. And granted, it is a lot. It's not a ton. Like there's some remixes in here. Like there's a remix of one of my songs. But it's 52 tracks that I made over the course of 6 years, which might be a lot, but it also really isn't, I feel. And then after that, like, that was 2004, and then my next album is 2007, and then like 2009. Yeah, this is 2007. So between 2004 and 2007, I made 15 songs. And then between 2007 and 2011, I made 6 songs. So it's like, it's so easy to fall off the wagon. Oh, thank you, Levy. I'm glad you like it. I honestly I can't tell if the waves are distracting or not. I've been enjoying having it in the background, but I also feel like it's a little distracting. And was there just a big like jump with the camera there? I think there was a bit of a jump with the camera there. I'm gonna have to look into that. Because I can just change the video to the other one too. I can just go like this. Bam. Now we got that, which is also animated. It's just very slow. Well, Zelgrith, go finish the song. That's an order. But yeah, so at 2011, I made that, and then after that, I think this is 2012, and then things just started moving forward again. 2012 later this is 2013. So there was a 1 year gap. There's a 1 year gap between this one and a 1 year gap between this one. And then when we get into the Maker's Eden, This is 2013. Yeah. So, what happened was I finished 13 is my favorite prime. And the makers Eden, the Screwy Lightbulb, the people that made this game, they noticed this album and they're like, hey, we're starting this game. Would you like to make music for it? Because I was friends with Dell, one of the developers. She's really cool. And then I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll help out with that. So I made this over the rest of 2013. And actually at the end of 2013, I did Do This Justice, which is another album. So 2013... So let's see. This one took 6 years. This one took 3 years. This one took 5 years, I think. And then this one took 1 year, through like 4 months, 1 month, because this is the Naso Elmo. This is an album in November. And then this is all of this. I think this is 2014, 2015. And then this is 2016 so far. So it's just like it's very, very exponential. You just if you get in that mindset and you just start going and going, you get used to finishing things. And finishing things is so hard because you don't do it very often. So you don't get practice at finishing things. And I'm not like trying to brag. I'm not trying to do anything. I'm just saying that once you get in the rhythm of making things and putting them out there, it's so much easier to do more of that. And yeah, I guess that's my point. Like there was a very long period of time. I mean, this is like a decade right here where I didn't do a whole lot. And once you get in that rhythm of finishing things, then it just gets more and more progressively busy. And really, I have 3 more. I have Creationism. I have The Maker's Eden Act 3. I have a secret game, which I can't divulge any information on. It's a chiptune album. And then, so I have 3 more releases this year minimum. I'm going to friggin' drive myself crazy. Anyway, I really do appreciate you guys hanging out today. I am going to end the stream. I'm going to go take a nap. And it's entirely possible that I'll pop on stream again later today and do a little bit more work because I do want to jump into this and actually get into the meat of it and kind of tear it apart and bring it back together and make a full song out of it. And then the other thing we can do is we can go through that list that I made for Creationism. We can go through this guy. And we can look through the 2-hour track challenges that I've made, and there might be some songs in there that are already kind of, yeah, Levy. I was up until like 2 a.m. last night working on stuff, which was very, very dumb of me. I made a very cool song for a friend, but unfortunately, it also caused me to stay up way later than I meant to. But for 2-hour tracks, there might be a couple songs in there that I've already written that would fit within these things. And then it would just be a matter of extending out that song and making it feel like it's part of the group or the other songs that I've made for this album so far. So, text, tertiary hobby for me. So I don't really have a specific need to compose. Yeah, I completely understand that. And I mean, one of the reasons, I'm going to take my headphones off. I mean, one of the reasons why I stopped composing for a while is because I got into a relationship with somebody who did not want me to do that. And it was not a very good relationship for a lot of different reasons. But that was, I mean, I was not making stuff because she didn't want me to, because she wanted me to spend all my time with her because she didn't, yeah, this is a mess. Either way, there's a lot of reasons why you don't make stuff, but if it's something that you're passionate about and if it's something that you want to do, you should try to make it part of your life because ideally it'll make the quality of your life better. It'll make you happier overall. Okay, so I'm going to end the stream. Thank you guys so much. I really do genuinely appreciate this. This is a bit of a shorter Ben Gets Stuff Done stream this time around. But I do feel like we did get a lot done. I'm really glad we did that stuff with Color Jumper. It definitely elevated the game to a degree that makes it more replayable and definitely more challenging if you're one of those types of people that like completing things. So yeah, that's all I have. Thank you guys again so much for hanging out. I really do appreciate it. These streams help keep me motivated. It's just right now physically my brain is fried. So I need to cut it out right now. And like I said, I might be back later. Who knows? Until then though, take care and have a good day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.